Again, I'm still here on the project, building capacity around my mouth, but I got something to back it up. What do you think? Let's discuss it. This is Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. But I want to bring your attention to a show that I'm going to be having tonight. It's going to be very interesting. I'm encouraging all of you, those of you that are listening to this video, to tune in tonight, because perhaps this might be some of the reason why we have all of the mess that is going on in our own country. Because you have to listen to these things. These things, the trouble we've been having in Liberia didn't start overnight. These are things that's been happening from time to time. There are those who came before us, past generation, failed to recognize these things, and will continue to repeat them, and because we ourselves have not yet able to recognize and see if these things can be rectified, so that this country, beautiful country of ours, can be built just by our hands as Liberian. It doesn't matter who you are at this point. Concord country, it doesn't even exist anymore. We're all one another. We're all one country, one people. But if we do not understand why these things are happening to us, we're most likely not going to be able to find solution. So I ask you tonight to join me.
Yet, how does one begin to help people who swim on their own flooded streets to voting booths to vote incompetent criminals back into office?
Yes, that is a big question we all have to answer. How do you help people who will go to the voting booth swimming in their own flooded streets just to vote people in offices who are incompetent? And those incompetent people that are being voted in offices will also appoint people who are also incompetent. So this is like a big deal. How do we help our brothers and sisters to make sure that their voting rights are utilized effectively? They have the voting cards. They must be told how important their voting cards are to all of us. And so I'm saying, those of us that have this platform, this is not time for hate. You don't come into this because you hate. You must do all you can to educate the voters themselves, how important their voting cards are. Because of their vote, our leaders be able to do what is right for our people. Join me this evening as I try to explore this particular question and many more that will be coming. Join me this evening at 8 Eastern Time, 5 Pacific, where we will take on this question and be able to see how much we can go. With your help, we, the Liberian people, will be able to educate our brothers and sisters that have the right to vote whoever they want, but they must do so with responsibility. This is Samson Toll, Liberian Public Radio. Thank you very much.
C'est autiste-moi, encore une autre fidèle qui l'Amérique n'a pas loupé nous. Quand il reste Sylvie, il a quoi qui j'ai loupé presse. L'Amérique n'a pas loupé, t'as mon bien de moi avec moi, nous deux. En somme, on va battre au moins, néo. Mon temps dit, t'as mon moulin, on s'est battu pour moi, il pleure. Avec la loupé, yo.
Doing anything that people get to amend it. And with me from 2005 to date, we're all doing anything. I've done something. Trust me. I'll be re-elected. You understand? So you don't need to fight. You don't need to destroy your country. You don't need to even condemn your country. You have to be inspired, peacefully, and then convince the people, persuade people. Politics is about persuasion. And it's about what you have done for your people. I have done so much that I don't need pay for. You know why I don't need pay for? Because Liberians love me and they promoted me when I was on a soccer page. You understand? And they were proud to be Liberian when I was on the soccer page. And I've done my best for my country. I'm a former peace ambassador. It doesn't matter what people say. I'm on record.
Yao, abela lokeyo, mivito jobai, mivito nyoba, matisi mopeyo. Manager Gigi, ouais t'es jamais forcé ou si tu connais, tu connais. L'animateur Choco Noscan Yassin de Toyebi, l'homme a tout fait pour Mivito, Aniche les vieux.
Henry, I can tell you the problem of this country with respect to prices, with respect to health, with respect to education, and largely tied to roads. There are no roads. You don't see opportunities where they should be when you don't have roads. From up to 173 years, we only have one road. How do you know what is happening in Bapolu when you don't have roads? You don't go there. The prices of goods, commodities in the market are high because to get them to where they are needed. So there's no way you can, when I talk about road, I'm not talking about putting road on the sidewalk in Monrovia, $50,000 road and make it $3 million. We're talking about roads that will open up the country. We're talking about roads that will open up opportunities, roads that will get businesses going, and dependency reduced because people believe their goods and commodities can get to the market. That's what we're talking about.
But we will prosecute and will confiscate assets that people steal and acquire by illicit means. I often say that in Liberia, when people get caught, they send their wife, they send their children, they send their relatives, whatever, to come and beg. I'm saying the Liberian people, don't come and beg. You know, don't come and tell me, oh, stand to help you get elected. He talked nice about you on the radio station. Now he's stealing, so forgive him. Stanley should have known when he was stealing that we're going to punish him. So there's going to be consequences. That's the first thing. Then we have to make sure we're paying people a living wage. So we did the arithmetic, we did the math in 2017 that when you look at policeman's salary or healthcare worker's salary or teacher's salary, by the middle of the month, the money finished. By the time they pay rent, they buy food, they pay the children tuition, and of course, they're not going to starve, right? So the policeman will pull you over, the teacher will accept bribe, they change grades.
Good evening, folks. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. I'm ready again tonight. We're going to be on there. We say thank you for joining us. Thank you very much. It's a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thank you. Thursday evening, we say thank God we're here to do what we can. Thank you. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's a wonderful, wonderful night. Samson to the LIBERIA Public Radio, of course, the liberal, as Mr. So would say, the most liberal on this network. So I am. Thank you. Thank you. Please share this video as much as you can. Please, please, please. Who has the corrupt? We even start here. He said, look at his corrupt face. Like my face, he got you. He said, look at his corrupt face. Who is this guy? Oh. M. Madison. Oh my goodness, my brother. Thank you for recognizing my talent. I'm so corrupt, it's unbelievable. Yeah, exactly. You guys are killing me already. Propose suit on my foot. Oh my God. You people just love me. Mr. CEO, thank you for recognizing me as well. We appreciate it. No, on a very serious note, thank you. Thank to all of you that continue to contribute. Thank you for even seeing my corrupt face. We appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Safety. Lord Jesus, we want to thank you again this evening. As we come before you again tonight to open our mouth, we ask you to guide us. Guide our thoughts. Whenever the mouth is open and there's any kinds of hint of hatred, please dispel it. We ask you, my Lord, as I open my mouth again tonight, please, all hatred, I'm a human being like any other person, but I put this program myself in your hand tonight. Guide me, guide my thoughts as I come out here to talk. All hatred that I do have in me should be set aside tonight. My Lord, the system is on. It is in your hand. So many of us that know you, we are not afraid. We know you will guide the process. However, we will continue to come and beg and pray to you for you to make all efforts that this one go freely. My Lord, only through you that these things are possible. No one else can do it but you. You have the power. You have taken us from place before, deep in the end of all civil annals, and you took us out of there, brought us up. We ask you again, my Lord. We're not there, but I'm asking you. I'm putting the system, I'm putting Liberia and the people of Liberia in your hand that we don't even get them. Bless the country of the Republic of Liberia. Bless the leader of the Republic of Liberia, President we are. Bless the opposition leader of the Republic of Liberia. My Lord, bless the system, guide the system. Bless those who are operating and carry on the system. Give them wisdom to do what is good for our people. My Lord, we ask you to bless the host country, the United States of America. In Jesus' name, we pray. Amen. Okay, so then the question is, if I'm so corrupt, why are you here? The liberal progressive. Oh, I'll do that 1 year. Hold on. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Wonderful to have us here again tonight. I want to thank all of you that continue to show up and support us on Liberian Public Radio. Thank you very much. Thanks to the CEO, Liberian Public Radio, that continue to make us shine. We appreciate it. Thank you. Folks, let's go ahead. As we all know, the election definitely will go and run off. There's no question asked. I will run campaign. I will be running campaign, my own campaign here. You guys know who I am sympathizing with already. So there's no secret here. But we will do our best to be objective as much as possible. Even if we support a specific candidate, we will do our best to be objective. If things from whoever we support and that person is not doing right, we will say so. There are few people who are going ahead with this election commission, blaming the election commission for and the election commission themselves admitted that they didn't do a proper work in terms of educating voters. But at this point, I don't want to waste my time with it. I don't want it to distract me. I don't want that to take me off of my ball game. My eyes is fixed. My eyes is fixed. We're going. Nothing stopping. Nothing stopping. We're going to go. We're going to go. We're going to go. With your help, we're going to go. What did man write me again tonight? He let my dancing business. Okay. CEO, I will not dance tonight. All right? Maybe that will make it happen. But the seriousness from the Liberian people is out there. And we have to make sure many of you Liberians that really want this process to succeed. And you have demonstrated that. And I want to thank all of you. I will continue to thank you. I will continue to thank you because you make all of us proud. Where I work, we have other Africans that work there as engineers. But when these kinds of conversations happen among folks who are not from Africa, folks who are Caucasian, then I hold my head up because I got papers, I got proof that my people went to the poll and exercised that God-given right. The same thing that happened here in the United States. And in fact, I would say better than that. The election is over, almost. And nobody is talking the Capitol building. Oh, Liberia, you're good. Y'all did well. In a great country, when a man finished beating, he said, no, you don't need me. Y'all go attack the Capitol building. We don't have that in Liberia. The peacefulness of Liberia continue to supersede whatever anybody is saying. And I want to thank you guys for that. Let's continue with it. So tonight, we're going to go ahead. The campaign is pretty much on. So we do know the two candidates that are supposed to be facing each other. Here it is. The President of the Republic of Liberia, President we are. The former Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, Ambassador Bakai. They're going to be facing each other. And already the gloves are off. Ambassador, I'll be reading a speech here soon. But what I think that perhaps before long, what I would suggest that they do for us as Liberians is each of these honorable men, each of these leaders, each of these political leaders must do what they can to make sure Liberians go in the second round. Be confident, don't get me wrong, but be responsible. And that kind of thing can happen if the leaders themselves get involved and start telling people, let's go vote for me because I'm the best. But you must do so with responsibility, because this is about our country. It is not about me. The leaders need to bring the kinds of ideas up. So while I'm fiddling around with my phone here, let me continue with this process tonight. Anybody, any of the panelists that want to join me, the line is free. I sent the link out already, and the people say I'm so corrupt now. So I'm not too sure. Why would a man, young man, want to come and leave? Why you can't come by and continue to see my corrupt behavior? But anyway, the liberal is here. I'm taking these conservatives on this platform. I'm taking them to the clinic. Mr. So had me on his show last night, and he tried to be so good, so big boy. On this platform, you know me, I'm running the show, but I'm not going to sanction you, as though I've been sanctioning him throughout. I don't sanction anybody, but I make sure when you come on my show and you make some statement that I think are not necessary or not even right, I will challenge you. Whether you CEO or W or PO or POW, I don't care. I will challenge you. CEO myself WO. But he's a good CEO. It's something we may apply for no good reason, but he's a good CEO. This is the kind of CEO that I will like to have in the dungeons of whatever it is that I have to go through. I like to have this kind of CEO. Anyway, folks, just give me a minute here as I'm filtering through my phone here. I'm trying to get some information that would be beneficial to all of us. So let me now. I think this. Okay. Yeah, no, I'll go with it. Okay. All right. So let's just continue with it. Let's just continue. Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio, the most liberal on this network is at work again tonight, and he's going to be here and make sure all of the conservatives, Liberian conservatives, they understand that even though Liberia is majority, but Liberians are conservative, but this liberal, I'm from Town. I'm here to come play nyanga. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let me go on. I promise the CEO and I promise all sedition. I'm not going to fight with them anymore. So what's going on here with this one? Folks, I hope I'm audible. I hope. I know I'm audible. If it wasn't like that, the CEO would have been calling already. He called me here. That means I'm doing good. The liberal is doing good. But anyway, let me go on. So the soon to be president of the Republic of Liberia. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me pleasure to announce to you, coming on the stage, the president of the Republic of Liberia, soon to be, Ambassador Joseph N. Bakai. Give it up for the incoming president. CEO soon start writing again. He soon start writing, condemning me. But this is what the vice president in his speech today, this is what he said. And this is a very serious one. I think I need to sit down on this. No, I'll stand up. He stood up. I didn't watch it, so maybe he stood up. Maybe he said, I don't know. But let me go ahead. Fellow citizen, he says, On Tuesday, October 10, 2023, the Liberian people stood in line across our beloved country to exercise one of the most skilled rights offered by the Liberian Constitution to all Liberians. He said to all Lofa County people. He said to all Moserado people. He said to all Dima. He said to all Liberians. The right to vote, the right to elect or eject their leaders. Oh, I love this. I love this. I love this. No doubt, the majority of the Liberian people who stood in those lines on last Tuesday went to exercise their right to eject, not read, to eject, funato, bye-bye. No, I don't want to dance. To eject President Weah from the presidencies of Liberia for his dismal performance over the past 6 years, during which his CDT party has been placed over the country. President, soon to be president. Ambassador Baka is saying, from his perspective, CDC and President Weah place CDC over the Liberian people. According to Ambassador Baka, what happened now? Liberia has since witnessed gross incompetence, corruption, embarrassing looting of state resources with no accountability. Ambassador Baka is telling us. The lack of leadership and retrogression have been the order of the day. Ambassador Baka is telling us. As if now evident from the result of the presidential election announced by the Electoral Management Body, he even called the National Election Commission, that's the form of respect he has given them. So there is nothing here to say the man going to dance around. No. He giving them full cooperation. He giving them full respect. He has recognized them for who they are. The National Election Commission, the Liberian people in their righteous rate have served President Weah a clear warning that his days in the presidency are numbered, and very soon, the final verdict will be delivered to make President Weah a one-term president. Soon to be president, Baka is telling us. Through their vote, the Liberian people have presented to President Weah and CDC a reality that they fear the most throughout this election, the possibility of second round face-off against me and our broad-based team. So he's saying CDC and President Weah throughout the election. That's why President Weah and CDC have been one turn. And we're not even going second round, that one turn, because they were afraid, according to President, did I say President? Soon to be President Bakai, according to him, that the CDC and President Weah was worried, and one of their biggest concerns, which has been materialized, and that was the fact that they're going to face the lion, the Lofa lion. Oh, yes. This election is going to be... Folks, if anything go the way it go my way, I'll still be here. I will eat crow. I will talk soft. If I need to... You know what? Okay, I'm not going to dance. The CEO say I'm going to dance. So, I therefore want to take this time to express my profound, I will read that again. This is what I've been saying to the president. No, the incoming president. I've been telling him. I think the people are listening to me, even though they don't know me, but I think they're listening to me. They're listening to this liberal people, because just yesterday, I was saying, Mr. Social, you are condemning me. Look at this. Let me read that again. I therefore want to take this time to express my profound thanks and appreciation to the party of unity, to the parties of UP Alliance and all partisan and sympathizer. Does that include me? Oh no, they say I'm not dance. They spread throughout the length and breadth of this country, who exercise their franchise by casting their vote for the rescue ticket. With your vote and support, we have made and will continue to make history, according to President Bakar. Oh, did I say president? I mean incoming President Bakar. We have proven in a resounding tone that a people determined to achieve a noble goal can prevail. Despite using millions upon millions of dollars obtained from questionable resources and intimidating our supporters, President Weah and his CDC were unable to break the around the resolve of our people. Despite the massive irregularity, we fought a good fight and defeated them. Nah, I don't know about that one now. Maybe he talk about I can't define defeat. I can't define it for you guys. That's why he say I'm reading it. So but that I'm aware of that one. That I don't think I will praise on that one. So on the journey to October 10, 2023, you, our people, defy rain and thunder. You defy the strong sun and the stifling heat. You defy sleep and fatigue. You walk long distances and cross many rivers and creeks just to share the good news of the rescue mission. You did not. You did so much. No, let me read that. You did not so much because you love Joseph Bakar, which we all do anyway, or Jeremiah Cone. You did so because you love and display care for Liberia. You see what he did? You see what President Bakar, did I say president? I mean soon to be. You see what he did? He put Liberia above himself. He's telling us that many of you that came through the struggle, going through the rain, going through the mud, fighting snake, fighting lion, fighting all the leper on the way, because you want to come. It is not because of me. You fought the lion, you fought the leper, you fought the alligator, all of the bamboo there, you fought all that. That's not for me. You did it because of Liberia. So when you make people, this is what I've always said. I love this, man. I love them. To make people to feel part of the process. Let me drink water. Samson, what can I say, folks? I'm on it again tonight, and I'm not here to take. I'm here for no kumbaya. So let me let you know now. I want to dance so much, but the CEO say I'm not dance. So I will not dance. Let me go on. It's almost done. So, my fellow Liberians, our country needs to be rescued. And then we can embark on getting it fixed. First, we must rescue it, and then we fix it. Our country needs to be swept. Oh, who was sweeping? Oh, and President Bakar. Did I say? I mean, soon to be. Hey, man, that man know how to touch people, man. You see what he did? Swept. He just hauled Councilor Ganglo into his camp. Country need to be. And Councilor, yeah, I was sweeping for you. because I've been sweeping. I love President Biden. Did I say I mean soon to be. So let's go on. Need to be swept. Our country need to be redeemed. Our country need to be healed and reunited. My people, then they say they made a sleeping boy, huh? That man who can sleep? That man you sit down and say the best sleeping? He's the first now. He's laying out to tell the Liberian people that I'm not going to be president for Lofa County or Unity Party. I am going to be president of the Republic of Liberia. I will do what I can to reunite us with your help. Oh, President Bagai. Did I say president? I mean soon to be. Let me read that again. Our country needs to be healed and reunited. Indeed, our country needs to be rescued. To achieve these lofty goals, as I have always argued, we need all hands on deck. Maybe you didn't hear me. Maybe if you're way in Grand Kima County, Grand Bassa County, all along the coastal line. Maybe I'm way on the side, almost in Ivory Coast, total, almost in Ivory Coast. So you hear me. Let me read that again. To achieve these lofty goals, as I have always argued, we need all hands on deck. President Baka, I mean, soon to be President Baka is telling us. One thing I know very well is that all the tenets and ideas we need to rebuild our country cannot be found in a single party. I rest my case. I rest my case because for the men to say everything that we're trying to do, we can't just do it from one unity party. That's not possible. Oh, President Baka. Yeah. Now people will say, okay, we got reason to replace CDC. Yeah, let me read that again. This is very interesting this evening. And I really admire President Baka. Did I say president? I mean soon to be. Let me read that again. One thing I know very well, President Baka said, no, soon to be President Baka said, that all the talent and the ideas we need to rebuild our country cannot be found in one single party. Listen, you're listening. That you're the one say that the Joseph Baga administration will be Lofa County. You're listening what the man say. The man, you even catch the second video. He's telling you already. Yeah, let me read that again. So when you're ready to go carry your lies, you will be very careful. Let me read that again. One thing I know very well is that all talent and idea we need to rebuild our country cannot be found in one single party, tribe, county, region, or religion. That's why I am committed to forming a government of inclusion. When God's willing, we ultimately, he said, I. When was the last time you heard President? We said, we. He said, ow. He said, ultimately, we ultimately achieve our ground goal of democratically evicting President Weah from the executive mansion in a couple of days and weeks, the most. We shall form a government that truly reflects the political, ethnic, religious, regional, as well as gender diversity of our country. My people, what y'all want there? Even you know campaign against that. This thing ain't enough. That's the campaign right there. What do you want him to say? He said, if you woman, you will he. If you're from Grand Jide, you will hear. In any county you come from, as long you have the ability to do the work, you will hear. Then where you want again? Where you want? Eh? Did I stumble? Did he say, if you're from Lower County, you with me? If you're from Nima County, maybe? No. He said, wherever you come from, you must be able to have the ability to do the work. Folks, campaign style, and not campaign, I just read. Okay? We shall form a government in which the true value of a Liberian is not determined by loyalty to party, but by loyalty to country, plus the person's ability and willingness to contribute his or her quota to the country progress. To the country progress. Now you're sitting there, you're crying. Okay. We are therefore reaching out to our brothers and sisters in the opposition and Liberians in general to join us in this noble mission of making our country breathe freely again. It is against this backdrop that I today issue this clarion call to you to summon the patriotic courage. Raise up once more. Track distance. Defy any shadow of unpleasant weather. Endure the long queues in your respective polling places, queues in your respective polling places, so as to drop your verdict in the ballot box for the unshaken of our dear mama Liberia. And you see the man 80-year-old? You see the man 500-year-old? When was the last time that I have the opportunity to read President Weah's speech after a major event? No, this is a serious business. After a major event. When was the last time? We don't have that. It's not there. And so, let us revert against this sad state of our nation and our existing as people. I urge all of us to weigh our secure vote to take the destiny of this nation, I can't see it good now, in our own hand. Let us deliver that dear liberal. No, I don't like that part. That liberal, I don't like that part. I don't like that part. These are our brothers. They're sedition, but they are our brothers and sisters. We can't take any kind of action against. I don't like that. So I will not read it. Let us deliver Liberia from the crushing jaw of mismanagement. I like that part. And inaptitude. The opportunity hours is before us, and it's wrapped. Therefore, we can once more make Liberia flag to remnantly fly high, bring pride and dignity to all. Let's talk Liberia. Let's love Liberia. Let's build Liberia. President did I say president? I mean soon to be President Bakai. Folks, I'm just reading. I'm not campaigning. I'm just reading. So, no, but on a very serious note, to have that in this time, to be somehow the first person to come and make such a statement, pronounced and profound statement of someone they've been accusing. Oh, the person he care. The person just selfish. And when I open the liar, that what's his name? Aaron, not Aaron, but okay. You will come on. Ambrose will come. The first thing Ambrose will come and say, you know me, Ambassador Baka, me. The man led to share anything. Yeah, the man talking here, Ambrose. So get ready to call me. These are the kinds of stuff that we talk about. When we say it's not about me, it is not about anyone else, but about Liberia. On a very serious note, when was the last time after a major event, whether it be a tragic event, whether it be the thing that we dance about, and you hear President Weah to encourage the citizen, we always claim, when will the president speak? When is he going to speak to the people? When will he speak to the nation? And this is just the starting. The 500-year-old man, he already introduced himself to tell us that if anything happened in the country, on my watch, as your father of the nation, I will address you. I will tell you. I will explain to you. It just started. When was the last time? I'm not running a campaign. I want us to be truthful. When was the last time we saw President Weah? It whether be a tragedy or anything. They want to tell you, yeah, President Weah, when you go to church. So the day the church closed, we don't hear from him. This is. I'm not going to touch. I'm not going to run campaign right now, but campaign time coming. So you just heard that. President Bakai, no, soon to be President Bakai, just told us this afternoon. And I'm making fun of it from time to time, but it's very serious, interesting, and very enlightening. It not only enlightens you as an educated person, but I believe it enlightens your spirit as well. To be able to have somebody in the heat of the battle and turn around to all of us and say, I'm fighting this battle, but it's not about me. And he's speaking to all of us to say it is not about me, but it is about the future of our young brothers and sisters. Why? You're saying the man 50-year-old. You're saying the man 500-year-old. You're saying the man 250-year-old. So he need to retire. The man who you're saying young, why he can't come talk to us now? What time you can't talk to us? I already did that. I shared a live feed to everybody. I already did that. You go in that, the simply I can be sending that, the simply I send it. I send it to Cece Goyle and all the people to him. I send it to Terry and I will not call you and Terry and Aaron. I sent it to Mr. Soul, Mr. George, Mr. Malley, everybody. They all there. Y'all go there, y'all will see it. Y'all don't want to come, I can talk. I'm coming to come because you people must say we're not friends anyway. Why I'm coming to come? Y'all for y'all to come to start giving me hard time, asking me all kind of questions, like do I eat a courthouse? But the link is there. No, seriously, Mr. So the link is there. Send it out. Anyhow, let me go. See, why are you trying to distract me? See, that's what y'all do. Your CDC, y'all like to distract us when we're trying to carry our message out. Oh, not you. No, not you. Okay. All right. Okay. I take all my throw towards you, CEO. I take it back. You're a good CEO. You're a good CEO. You're good. Just tell me you have a project going on in Liberia. You want us to help you with the project. Just tell me what it is. I'll take care of it. Thank you. I like you, CEO. But anyway, let me get back. No, on a very serious note. Let me get back on this here. This has nothing to do with hating somebody. I'm not here to hate anybody. But the point here is this. President Bakai. Did I say, I mean, soon, why am I calling him President Bakai all night? My people, no, they think that bad now. I gotta be careful. Ambassador Baka, right? Why I keep calling him President Baka? You help me protect me on this one. Why am I calling him? Why I keep calling him President Baka? But anyway, Ambassador Baka. No, on a very serious note, this is refreshing. This is a change. And in fact, just by him coming and doing this, facing the press, the press gonna carry the information. He doesn't have to do much. And those who can read it in Maryland County will read it. Those who can read it in Grand Judah will read it. Those who want to believe it will believe it, but the message is out there. When was the last time that we saw President Weah? Rain comes and take over the Monrovia Street. We don't hear anything. The road that leads from the airport, Ralphie International Airport to Monrovia, people calling it death trap. We don't hear anything from him. For him to come out and say, look, myself, I've been on that road. I'm not happy, but y'all give us the opportunity. He will not say anything. Somebody wrote here the last time, the silence of President Weah speaks a lot. You cannot continue to lead people, young people who are educated, young people who are sophisticated, and you think say you're going to take us back to Tubman Day? President Weah, no. We're not taking that one. We're not going back to Tubman Day. Those days are over. And the 500-year-old trying to take us all the way to the top of the mountain. Why President Weah, who is the 35-year-old, the young man, taking us back to Tubman days? For what? For what? No, unacceptable. I love this. I love what President Baka did. What? Hey man, the old man need to change. Okay, I like what. I can't take it out of President Baka. Yeah, y'all go sue me now. No, on a very serious note, you heard the Ambassador Baka came out and giving us. He criticized President Weah, but he was not focusing on President Weah alone. That is the interesting part. He didn't come out to denigrate President Weah. To say, why is it $16 billion? What happened to the $25 million map out? What happened to all the auditors? What happened to the light you were supposed to bring for us? What happened to the pro-poor agenda that you said you were going to... He didn't do any of those things. Nothing. He just told us, you people know the problem. I don't have to tell you, Liberians, he said. You people know the problem. Let me bring Terry in quick. Good evening, Terry. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, Mr. Tour.
So this time, I don't sit down. This is a hot topic. So no sitting down. I can't be the young man that me Ambassador Baka, older than Ambassador Baka, they are going to sit down, and the man, he walking and standing up, they are going to, I don't have time to sit down. So, before I bring you in, he's saying to all of us, you know the problem. I don't have to come here to say the man did this, he did this, Samuel Twe here, and they sanction. That's not what I'm going to talk about. I want you, the Liberian people, to join me to rescue you, because you know the problem. You know the problem we're facing. And I am the person, the one, this team has the ability to make sure this problem is fixed. Why we're going to reject that? Let me go on. Terry, can we say hi to that young, whoever that person is?
Where to make him? That's my daddy.
They say, yeah. Just tell them, say, Grandpa, say hi.
Grandpa, say hi. Say hi.
Okay. Okay. Oh, here we go.
Good
Terry,
man.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
But why your voice too far away?
Yeah, I can hear you. Are you hearing me? You hearing me now?
Mr. So now put your hand in my thing again tonight. But go ahead. I will try to listen.
Are you hearing me?
Okay. I can hear you a little bit. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, but our audience can hear me too? I don't know.
Oh my goodness. Terry, go ahead.
Yeah, I think that that speech was a millstone.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So I think that speech was a millstone for Ambassador Boyka. He spoke elegantly, and one thing I took from
That mileage PhD as telling us as sweaty. Let's speed the real librarian. In the doctor bring mileage PhD.
I want to speak. I want to speak subjunctively. I don't want to be.
I'm asking you taking me all the
But anyway, yeah. So what I really took from that speech there was that the government of inclusion.
Yes.
He spoke about the government of inclusion, which which nullifies the propaganda about that particular message that people sending around that Ambassador Boyka had already joined his cabinet, and all of that. He want a government of inclusion, which I already expected President Weah to do.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And I think that is one of the reasons why President Weah have fallen below the belt, because, he did not include everybody into the government. When he came to power, he just chose a certain group of people, and then he made his government to become a CDC-led government. And that was not a government of inclusion. One thing you don't want to do, you do not want to attack the opposition. And something you read that he said also, he said that, the unity, no one party can solve Liberia problem. No one party can rescue Liberia.
Yes.
And that is what I really expect for the rescue surrogates to begin to adjust themselves to that particular, to the mindset of the standard bearer. Because going after people, attacking other political leaders, this is not the time you want to do that. Mm-hmm. This time right now, allow them to attack you.
Yes.
But you should always be patient with them. Let them vent their anger. Let them express themselves.
Exactly.
And you now let them say whatever they want to say. Your position should be you're trying to win them, because you are a rescuer. A rescuer should be patient. A rescuer should be skillful.
But then more Ali will tell you, say, if somebody drowning and you go rush that person, the person will take you down with him. So how do you answer Mo Ali?
That's what I say. A rescuer is skillful.
Okay.
You go from the back.
Yeah.
You don't go from the front. If you go from the front, the person will drown you. So you go from the back. So a rescuer should be somebody who is skillful. And that is the skill that Ambassador Boyka is employing. He's trying to employ a free, a level playing field for opposition to come over. He's creating the atmosphere. He's speaking the language of Tewan Gonglo. He's speaking the language of Mr. Cummings. That is what you want to do in order to incorporate other members of the opposition that you have not properly been aligned with in the past years.
Yes.
Right?
And one of the things that I like, Terry, in this one speech so far, I think he's telling all of his followers that follow me, that he's in the lead. And
that's what I'm talking about.
Language and the wording and the words that are being used to describe other Liberians. I think those are things that are very unique, because he's not coming across, even though he's behind, but he's not coming across being vindictive. He's not coming across calling people names and what have you. Unlike the I don't want to call their name tonight because I told them they must have no flower right now. But so Ambassador Waka is pretty much laying himself out there to say, this is what I am, and I cannot be without you.
Right.
As long as he continues to wrap himself with the Liberian people, he will be successful.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at that because that is what you want to do. You want to be quick to incorporate other people. Now, I think you need to go further to advance on action by reaching out to these major political parties. Like I said the last time.
Public. Reaching out should not be public.
No, I know, but what I mean, he should do it. That is the action he need to take. Now, you know, by saying it in a speech, it's fine, it's beautiful.
Maybe already started groundwork.
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
Because it's not the reason why I'm saying that it shouldn't be done in public, not because I'm afraid that he will be embarrassed, far from it, but because even if he's rejected, that some of his followers might take it personally and start attacking those people. But if he does, if he does it in private, if he's rejected, that's fine, no big deal. So I think President Baka, why I keep saying, I mean, soon to be President Baka is listening to me, and I love that. The liberal, people listen to the liberal. The liberal got good idea, man. I'm not like the conservative that come on here, Emo George and Mr. So come on here, far right and central right, come on LPR to come up with a conservative idea. Let them go to Fox News. We'll soon get them out to Fox News. Yeah. But go ahead, Terry.
Yeah, so I think that is what we need to do. And I want to advise if they will take it, because I don't know if they will take it, who is Terry anyway. But surrogates need to cool down on social media. You are now in the driver's seat. You should act like a leader that you want to be. You want to be a rescuer. You cannot continue to be attacking everybody that try to attack you, especially from the opposition. Because first of all, you must calculate in your mind that, hey, this person is suffering from anger. They are angry that they are not in the position I'm in. So obviously they're going to come at me. The only people I think we need to focus our propaganda machinery on is the CDC. All right? So if you are attacking the opposition and the opposition is not attacking the CDC, it's a loss for you. And that is what you have been doing that caused for Unity Party to even be behind in a little bit. Because our focus has been on, attacking more of the opposition. And more of the opposition have not been attacking President. We have been the only group of people that have already been attacking the CDC. All right? So as a result, the CDC-led government will relax. So if we go back again and play in that thing.
Let me push back on that a little bit. Even though you were fixing your political attack on CDC, but at the same time, some people in the Unity Party were singling out some of the opposition leader and
That's
trying
what
to
I'm saying.
This is
what I'm trying to say. That is the same thing I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that we focus more of our energy on the opposition. And the opposition was not attacking President they were attacking us. So as a result, that I want to believe this also affected our ability to be ahead in the election. So what we need to do now is not to allow ourselves to be distracted by the opposition anymore. Instead, we need to go directly for what is at stake. And one of the things I think that Unity Party have gained an upper hand is that if we do go off to the runoff, I suspect we will, the Unity Party, I believe, is going to get an upper hand because the likes of Terwan Gonglo is no more in the race. So most of the people that voted for Terwan Gonglo might likely vote for the Unity Party. Likewise, the likes of ACO, the likes of Mr. Cummings, the likes of the magical and mystical Apeton that emerged from out of the blue. Most of his numbers, I believe, will also be diverted to the Unity, to Ambassador Boyka. So given with all these factors, and the CDC I believe they acted like a boat constructor, wherein they went with a one blow, with a one round hole victory, which Ambassador Barker was able to narrow that down and defend his ground. Is going to be tough for the CDC in the second round.
I agree.
That is my analysis. I could be wrong.
Let me read these two paragraphs again from his speech. One thing I know, Ambassador Barker is saying, one thing I know very well is that all the talent and ideas we need to rebuild our country cannot be found in a single party.
Yes.
In a single party, tribe, county, region, or religious. That's why I am committed to forming a government of inclusion. When, God willing, we ultimately achieve our ground goal of democratically evicting President Weah from the executive mansion in a couple of days and weeks. We shall form a government that truly reflects the political, ethnic, regional, and religious, as well as gender diversity of our country. We shall form a government in which the true value of a Liberian is not determined by loyalty to party, but by loyalty to country, plus the person's ability and willingness to contribute his or her quota to the country progress. I think Ambassador Barker has done a wonderful. This one speech here. If the surrogate will amplify on this speech, and it becomes the talking point, find few things out of this, and it becomes the talking point until another major speech from Ambassador Barker will come up, then we will do well, because this speech can be understood by people in Wembley. That is the village of the village of the village in Town. People that they don't speak English, but this one they will be able to understand it. And this particular way of talking is inviting everybody. So the surrogate, those who call themselves the surrogate or whatever, I don't know who appoint them, but if you're going to prefer to speak for the rescue team, this message should be a talking point until another one comes around. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that is what you want to do. All right. I don't know about Town, but but that is what you want to do. You want to create a level playing field so that other opposition political parties and other Liberians who feel disenchanted and who feel left out of the pie will feel that they can have a chance and opportunity in the incoming government. That is what you want to do. So I think that speech today was timely, and I think that he did well. But, you know, more need to be done. More need to be done. There are still, from what I observed, there are still hundreds of thousands of people who did not really vote, you know, and there are hundreds of thousands of people who have invalid votes, you know. So I think we need to work on that a lot. But yeah, with that being said, actually, Ambassador Barker's speech was a millstone. He did well.
Again, folks, Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. Give me a call, 916-533-2048. While we're waiting for your call, Terry and I will continue our tabata here. Yeah, Terry, I do agree with you, but I will also suggest that we don't even touch the how do you call it, invalid vote issue right now. We don't need to be distracted. Those who have the ability, if Liberians care for these guys, because it is not the invalid vote at this time for Ambassador Barker and his people to argue for it, it's waste of time because it's not going to benefit anyone right now. But Ambassador Barker can lend his hand, his political hand, to any Liberians who want to, because in order for you to fight for the invalid vote, in my opinion, is to put Liberia on the map by strengthening the institution. So by not necessarily challenging the election commission and say that they're bad, but to say, if you can't talk to us, let's go to court. and let the court find out what happened, how these things come about. Then perhaps the court decision, if the court involvement, will help us to educate the voter as we're going into the runout. And that's
Well,
what I'm saying.
I think that's a good point, but I was not speaking from
Just
that.
hold on 1 minute, please. Again, folks, Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but now that the number is up, I'm going to sit down now. So if you don't mind, let me sit down a little bit. Go ahead, Terry.
Yeah, so I don't think that I was not trying to come from the perspective of where, trying to take NEC to court for invalid votes and all that. What I was trying to say is that we need to educate the people as to how to vote to reduce the invalid vote capacity, because if NEC is not doing her job, it does not mean we should not do ours. So I think that it is also binding upon us as opposition political party to educate our people as to how to vote, so that we cannot have this much invalid vote. It's left with them if they want to investigate the invalid votes and all that. But going forward, in my mind, I also agree that it's good to investigate. But every little chance you give the CDC, they're going to utilize it, and they are the government in power. So every delay is a progress for them. CDC is very meticulous. They are good at, they're fast to create some kind of way out. So you don't want to allow them. Yeah, go ahead.
Caller, good evening. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Hello, Mr. Toll. How are you?
Oh, not bad, not bad. Thanks for calling. What's your name and where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
I'm from Connecticut, and I just called to, I enjoy you and Terry's on our podcast, and that is very, very interesting. But I just want to be in a little bit from my point and say little thing of what had transpired in Liberia concerning the election.
Yeah, go ahead.
You see, in building, all people from Liberia, from Africa, whenever you are building in engineering, if somebody went to go renovate a building, let's say skyscraper, you have to build scaffolding around that skyscraper to be able to perform the job you need to do.
Right.
In Africa, if you want to go cultivate a land, in our simple English we call brushing. After brushing the farm, after cultivating land, those big gigantic trees that is in the farm, you have to build scaffold around it to be able to tell that tree. So what we're on is a scaffolding that have been built around Georgia administration.
Just say country ladder. We all understand. I use that country ladder to country a lot. Just say country ladder. Don't say scaffolding. Who told you no scaffolding? Just say country ladder. You want to cut a big tree, you put a country ladder around your head.
So what I try to tell you is that Georgia falling is a point. It soon be happening, because for a government that been in power for 6 years, but a man to come from behind you, and both of you are going for a war, you know that Liberian people are rich, and they just need to, double their effort. The messaging should be very to the point, reach into the interior part of Liberia, educate the people. Nobody should come buy your voting card from off your hand and say, we will give you $50, we will give you $100. After that $100, 6 more years, will you get another $100? Those are the things that should be resonating with the people. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother. I think Terry, he made a salient point because I've been hearing that people are buying cards and what have you. Why would they try to violate people's civil rights as such? And I think the Justice Department need to step into these kinds of stuff and help us to build the institution that we're all crying for, because this is not a good thing to do at all.
Well, I think it happened in most of the elections, in and around Liberia. But this is why this is why the international community called pay to play. So, but I hope that President Weah then will observe this, and be able to act upon it.
Okay, let me take Samson to Liberian Public Radio. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
It's so good afternoon this afternoon. How are you doing today?
Oh, thank you. Thanks for joining us. What's on your mind, sir?
Great. My name is Jerome calling from Charlotte, Orlando. I will never stop singing this song over and over. The thing here is, when your host on the platform that just said about we were attacking each other instead of attacking our opponent, which is Joe, calling ourselves names and saying all kinds of things.
Hello. Why can't we use the word engage instead of the word attack? Because for me, I'm not comfortable with this word attack. I think we should be civil in this process and say we need to engage our brothers and sisters. I think if we do that, it will resonate well with many non-Liberians and many Liberians as well, knowing fully well that we're coming from civil war, and the kinds of language and the word we use to engage each other, for me, is very important. But go ahead and make a point.
No, so when you say engage, it's like you're going to meet your fellow friend and meet and sit down and talk. But we're talking about when even today you see it on our stations or our sister station when they were attacking Kumi again and this and that. That's what I'm saying. Not they were not engaging Kumi. They were attacking and saying no. It's now time for the pull all our decisions and forget about all that thing and come together. Us hold our hands together and win this thing here, because right now they need to focus on what the trick that the institution are doing. Georgia just gave huge amount to snow in bombing there. People, somebody coming today in bombing say the people are in the interior where the woman cannot speak English. They were on the air buying their card and burning it. So the time to vote, when they stay online to vote, they say, "Where you're voting?" You say, "Oh, they key here and talk about, okay, you are not voting." So then we'll lose, and they say it's going on right now. So in case, instead of saying that and saying or other thing about the other person, put people in those villages. Let people go on the social media, speak Gola, speak Quran, speak Gio, that when somebody come to you and say, "Let me card for this," say no. Because if they give that $50 will not serve you for 6 years. It will finish in the daytime. Then your shopping start the next day. From that day to the 6 years, you'll be eating. So we need to educate our people, our own in the villages, so that they can't give their, because they're attacking the vulnerable, those people that can't speak English or don't know the importance of, they know about, because of poverty. When they come to you say, "Give me your voting card, I will pay. I will give you all money here, so I can keep your voting card. The day you come to vote, I will give it to you." This is what they're telling these old people there. You see there, in Bob, Kidman, and Grand Bazaar, those places were in a remote area. They are going there and taking the car and burning it. These are the things we need to go online on the social media and educate our people right now, or the rest of them sample in all the places that when they find the kind of thing, they will arrest a person and do something to that person, prosecute that person with the law. So these are the things we need to do.
My brother, stay on here, man.
Yes, sir.
Let me engage you on this. I'm not too sure. Maybe I'm not thinking right, but I'm not too sure if this kinds of thing will work anyway, because you have somebody who has cast their vote before, they are on record. And if that person go back to vote and they say, "Where's your card?" and they say somebody took it from you and burned it, knowing fully well that person has a record, they will catalog that. They will mark it. They might not allow the person to vote, but the poll watcher himself should be able to, for the both candidates, should be able to catalog that, document it, and those can be used later on. Because you cannot, and I don't believe, and I hope that I'm wrong, but I don't believe President Weah will allow, just because he wants to stay in power, to send people out. I just don't see it in him. In as much as I want him to be defeated, I don't think he's going to take this position, coming through the position through the back door. I don't see it. I just don't see it. So I'm not saying you guys are wrong, but I just don't see President Weah trying to endorse this type of behavior. Maybe somebody is doing it in his interest without him being involved. But I think that now is making the social media, making a round on the social media. I think the president needs to send the Justice Department to those places and ascertain the truthfulness of these stories as soon as possible.
Okay, Mr. To, all that thing you say, you know that the people, the lawmakers, the lawyers and judges and police and all of them are working for this president. Now, let me just ask you a question. Doing the on of 10, there was a lady that was on the line, on taking people cards, or ahead of time say, when you meet me inside there, I will give you a card of vote. And they arrested her. What happened to her? Nothing. We can't hear it. Even the people that were adding numbers to the election commission guys that were adding numbers to the people number, they arrested them. What happened now? And they free them. So saying that this government, the whole country is.
Yeah, I understand, my brother. I'm not trying to dissuade you from speaking out on this thing. In fact, I will encourage you to do that. But my point is, let us not try to wrap this thing here, this bad behavior, on a single candidate. Those who were trying to manipulate the process in Cape Mount the other day were brought to light. Now, the only reason why, even if they're set free now, most likely the Unity Party don't want to waste their time to engage those type of process by being distracted. But if this kinds of stuff, if they happen in the upcoming run-up, Unity Party will not let it go free. So they got lawyers. So if President Weah, which I don't believe that's involved, but if he's involved and if he's aware of it, he taking power will be longer time before they ratify the vote, because the Unity Party will go to court and they can let he can stay there and be a de facto leader for some time. But Unity Party is not going to take it laying down. So, but I just don't see it in this president to try to come into the position through the back door. He's a very proud person, and I just don't see him coming through the position through the back door. In as much as
Mr.
for him to be defeated.
Mr. To, if you go to the court, who owns the court?
Okay.
Who owns the court?
Okay.
In Liberia.
I think it'll be difficult for me to convince you tonight. So let's your mind is made up.
Just saying, because they got us saying, they say time for war, prepare for peace, right? So we should prepare now, because if anything happens, they will carry the court, they will ring you around the poor job we have back in the seat. And what you will do, the lawyers or the judges, everybody will for job we are. So what you will do? Nothing. So they think we just have to prevent it.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, my brother. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Terry, what do you make of that?
Well, you try to tell him what is precise, but he's still not giving you the chance. He want to agree that President Weah is not going to take actions, which everybody can tell. But again, like what you said, once these things are highlighted and they are, discovered and exposed, the Unity Party is going to take action. But just what you say, I want to agree with you that in the second round, they're not going to allow these small things to go free, because they know that is the only round they have, to battle the CDC. But again, they remain to be gossip. they remain to be propaganda, that there are people, we have yet to see a video. We're living in a digital world now. So if you see these kind of things, show us a video, show us recording. Let us know that these things are evidently, happening. But you just say, oh, the people burning voter cards. Now, I'm not saying it's not true. It could be possible. But let us see the video. Let us see some level of evidence that will convince us. Because if you look on social media now, everybody talking something. There is propaganda all over the place, And I want to believe that one of the strategies of the CDC is to distract the Unity Party to be focusing on something else while they're doing something else. And you cannot allow that to happen. Otherwise, you open yourself to a very dangerous attack. And like I said the last time, President Weah is very good at last-minute game. In his soccer career, when they put him in the last dying minute of the game, where everybody have forgotten and thinking that they have won, he changes the game. And we saw that happening in these elections. When the Unity Party boasted of being ahead and taking the lead, and they are about to win the elections, we saw that the whole entire election turned around. And as we sit here today, President, we are leads with a 7,000 margin. So you cannot take your eyes from on the ball. You cannot. And I think Unity Party was a bit slothful in many areas of this thing, in as much as I want to give it all to them. They did a very good job, but in the dying minute, when they're supposed to already be focused, they were not. They lost focus. And based upon that, President, we are capitalized on the inability to keep their eyes on the ball. And he scored on them. And as we speak, President Weah is leading. If we do go for the second round and President Weah maintain this same look of numbers, he's the next president. So Unity Party, in my mind, need to be more careful and need to be more robust and need to keep their eyes on the ball.
The few minutes we have left, let's go into the strategy section here. It's nothing. We're not. You're not spokesperson for Unity Party. I'm not spokesperson for Unity Party. I just admire Ambassador Barker, and I am a sympathizer of Ambassador Barker. But what do you think will be the logical strategy point here if they want to take back the lead, even though it's just less than 1%? But it's huge. It's huge.
It is. It's a win. If you go to simple majority, that's a win. So, I think the strategy, they should be more robust in that I think one of the mistakes Darius Dillon made, he talked about they pay pool washer $20. I think that was a blow of cover. You do not allow your opponent to know what you've been doing. And he publicly said that. And that is now flying all over on social media. It weakens your defense. I think they have already made a mistake. You do not tell people publicly that, we are giving each pool washer $20. And $20 is nothing. And he said we're getting $10 for it, then we're getting $10 again. So what if the CDC say, so you people giving your men $20, we'll go there and get them 30 and make sure that numbers are changed. I'm just guessing. I'm not saying that what they will do. You understand me? Because when you made a kind of projection or you made a kind of statements, you open the eyes of your opponent to see your weakness. And in my opinion, I think that was a very huge mistake.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
The strategy,
come back to hurt them.
Yeah, the strategy should be you need genuine pool washers that understand exactly what they're doing. Because one of the things I also noticed is that most of the pool washers do not even know how to recognize that somebody is cheating. They don't even know. If somebody is taking a number and changing the number, they don't even know. They just sit down there and watch because probably they are not properly trained to be able to identify that somebody is making error and to be able to highlight the mistakes. I listened to some of Mr. Cummings or pool washer who said they were sitting down there and the people voted, but when they received the numbers, when they started to call, when they started to announce these things, one woman was saying, it's not possible for it to be like that because she was sure that the four of them voted for Mr. Cummings, but it turned out that only one person voted for Mr. Cummings in that particular polling center or polling place. You understand? So what were you doing? So if those boys are cheating stuff, how will you know? You don't even know how to identify when somebody cheating. So in my opinion, CDC, the CDC guys got away with many things that only the smart people are able to discover which one is going to.
That would be because it was the general, this is also, but this is mano now, one-on-one. And I think the people the eyes on the counting, the result, the process is going to be huge. But give me another strategy from your own perspective. What are some of the things you think, the rescue thing? How do you think they should approach the Southeastern dilemma?
Yeah, I think the Southeastern dilemma is not going to change, but they can because the gap here is too short. But like Mr. Mali said, to be honest, I must give it up to him because his analysis, one way or the other, is accepted, even though not 100%, that Ambassador Boyka need to visit the Southeast. But I doubt that he will because the timing is too short. But he need, because to be honest with you, there is something you said too that I admire. I think one of your podcasts, that when the people see him, because there's a propaganda that says the papa is sick, he's in a wheelchair. You understand, eh? So if he goes to the Southeast and visit major places, all right, he may not get the votes equivalent to President Weah, but his presence alone on the ground, when the people see him, they say, oh, okay, so you know us now, you come to talk to us now. We agree, we will sit down and talk. At least he will be able to get some of the votes, like the way President Weah did in Lofa County. All right. So one of the strategy for the Southeast for Ambassador Boyka is that he don't need to depend on nobody from the Unity Party to go and proxy for him. He himself have to visit the Southeast. And the Grenadians, under Ma Ellen, the Grenadians give them 900 votes. But Ambassador Boyka took some votes from there that was above Ellington. So you can say that all the Grenadians are against you. You can't say that. All right? And even if they decide to vote against you, they got a reason for that. All right? You got Jeremiah Kuhn working with Prince Johnson. In as much as I love that team, for the sake of the political discussion in Grenada, they will not vote for you because of the past. They're not going to vote for you. So if even Ambassador Boyka got 4,000 votes or 2,000 votes from Grenada, he got something.
Yeah,
he should celebrate that.
And I think his presence, places like Grenada will go a long way, because those who are professing to be his supporters would then start growing. Say, you saw Ambassador Boyka was here, you know. And then people from one village to another, the voice, the message start going. Oh, Ambassador Boyka was in Grenada. Yeah, I thought I said people say he like all again. Oh, don't the man was there. You know, by the time the message get around, it's gonna change. So you can't just depend on Moserado County, Nima County, Bon County, Lofa County, Cape Mount, and Bapolu, and think say this is it. Because the president, we are continuing to garner the kind of vote he's getting. Remember now, there's the Amateur is not in a race anymore in the Southeast. So we expect that all of the vote coming from Amateur most likely will go to President Weah. If Ambassador Boyka does not not attack, but engage that process in terms of trying to circumvent President Weah, holding on undercut President Weah, holding on the Southeast, because he needs to. For me, one of the things that I think he needs to do, go to the Southeast, whatever county you go to, and make a major policy statement. I am here as a Liberian. I want to be your president. I don't want to be president just for the people on the east, on the north and west. I want to be the president for the entire country. That's what I'm here to see, you guys. Even if you haven't supported me before, and even if you don't support me, but I must come here to let you know that I want to be your president and I want your vote. You do that, there will be some people among those who might not even want to vote for you. Say, you're not getting something. They will get you something.
They will get you something. And I think the strategy that they're working on now is not a bad strategy too, but you cannot fully and wholly, depend on that strategy alone. The strategy here that I think they're working on is to strengthen like the Nimba people to go there and say, you know what, you're gay president, we have 50,000 votes, let's cut it down. You're getting 10,000. The rest of the votes come to us. They're going back, Ambassador Boga is going to Lofa County to strengthen Lofa and say, you know what, you're gay president, we have plenty of votes, you're getting 50,000 or 30,000 votes, we're going to drop it down to maybe 7,000 or 5,000. If they get that to happen also successfully, the Southeast will not really matter if they vote overwhelmingly for President Weah. If they are successfully able to make sure that
let me take this. Caller, just hold on. I'm trying to merge. Just hold on 1 minute. Good evening, caller, Mr. The CEO. Can you just hold on 1 minute? Let caller go ahead.
Yeah. How are you? How are you?
I'm fine. Go ahead. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind? Yeah, go ahead.
No, I listen to you guys, and this is what I've been saying. And I thank God for Terry to say. I think for Terry to realize that was a big mistake. The supporter that invited the government to go to East. Look, we are the chosen polity. You see your other, stronghold, and you see the man campaigning there, and also going to Nima County, where one of the strongholds is campaigning there. Then you sit down and because they put and they're not enough, or they want to go there, not vote for me. So you sit down, you not go there. How they pull? You as a parent, or you want something from somebody, then you say your child, go to that message, give me nothing. Do you think now believe that you want to keep from there? If yourself go there, when they see you, they believe that your friends, they may see. And that's why we're not understanding. The long make out of point, all the sides now, they are trying to listen. It's time they are trying to listen. You refuse to go to the pool. You refuse to go to them. The man leave from there, go to your home and campaign all over there. Then vote for them. They say, if we don't like you, the people like you because they didn't vote. But they saw what the man did for them, what the man saying to them, that's why they choose it.
Okay, thank you.
You not go there and go try your luck, but you want to blame the people. Who you don't be blame? You should blame yourself.
Thank you, Breakable.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Go ahead, CEO. You're next in line. What's on your mind, sir?
Well, I got even told, even though I was not, you're always good at bashing me, which is okay. But Terry is the presence of a conversation. In the sense that he spoke the actual mind, and that's what you want to do, even if you're supporting person. It is something you have to point out the wrong, you have to be real in your sense so that people will see the other side of you. And with respect to the ambassador's speech, this is something he really pulled out. His was very conciliatory. It puts in position of his willingness to accommodate, going beyond party line, bring professionals to get people on board, but still much needs to be done. It has to be manifested. And that's exactly what Terry was talking about. I don't know how they're going to do it, but politics in every relationship is always reassuring what people need. And it's a fact. There's nothing that we can say with respect to what the history of Cuba and Grand Guinea. He the vice presidential candidate, or people president, not vice presidential candidate. So he needs to go in the southeast. He needs to visit the corners. You can't honor call yourself to say, oh, okay, this man is a stronghold. If it's a stronghold, there must be a reason to make that place is a stronghold. You need to go there. There will be like-minded people, and actually there were people. You saw people. You know, they were welcome in Grand Guinea. So he cannot make that sort of go, oh, they're going to go for Georgia. That's not it. So people are in there to hear his side of the story. And I think he needs to do that. And when that happens, trust me, there will be a line of people that want to pick up that ballot based on the message, his tone that he's going to, not just on the Grand Guinea, but every other corner where there will be trust, they will have a second thought. And part of that is your willingness, because that also shows a leadership. When you decide to go to places and lead one out, people also create a Harvard idea in there. Wait a minute, are we not part of the system? Are we not counted? Are we part of this process here? And people make some sort of pull, and not because they want to do it, but because they feel that they are left out of the place, and that's it. So you, Terry, is playing the role of a chief angle tonight. And you are miserably failed the process again of you being a top figure of ambassador to boycott. Terry, I think Terry should be taking that post. You need to send us a mic and microphone to Terry to be the new person in charge of conversation with Terry, and that conversation with Samson.
Thank you.
Good night, and I will see you tomorrow.
Thank you for recognizing Terry. Okay, caller, go ahead. You're next in line, 701 number. Go ahead, you'll be the last caller. Go ahead. Are you there? 701 number. North Dakota. 701. Okay, let me call them back. Hello? 701, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead. What's your name? Where you're calling from? I had to call you back because I knew you was on the line. But go ahead.
Oh.
What's your name? What's your calling
Okay. Yeah, 1 second.
I just want you guys to know I'm really grateful for your help.
Okay. All right. They're not in a position to speak right now. Okay. All right, Terry, go ahead and give all your closing so we can close this thing in and get ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Mr. To. Really admire the conversation we had and the way you took the ambassador's speech. You really break it down to the public, and that is what I admire you when you're ready for your thing. When you're ready, you can perform. But sometimes when you jump in your tabata, it can be easy. So I can just look at you online, just say, let me leave my papa, let you do it. So I just relax. But to be honest with you, yeah, I admire that. The rescue team has to realize that this is the final blow.
Okay, let me take this.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think he's ready. Go ahead, Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. Go ahead, make it brief. You're the last caller.
Yeah. Thanks for taking the call. Yeah.
You're welcome.
I'm calling from Fargo, North Dakota. This is Steady Tail Lion Yankum.
Sorry. That they need supposed to scare me. Thank you for calling. What's on your mind?
Yeah, Mr. To, what is on my mind is about, the discussion, relating to
Joseph Boakai whether he will visit the Southeast region or not. It is clear, that Joseph Boakai doesn't have any interest for the people in the Southeast because of his ulterior motive. And I learned that the Unity Partisans are threatening the people of Grand Judah, saying because the people of Grand Judah continue to for President Weah, which means they are obstacle to the nation, which they haven't set, sending stuff against the people of Grand Judah, that they're going to work the people of off the map. So how do you feel about that, Mr. Toe?
How I feel about this, when they're ready to wipe the Grand Judah people off the map, let me know. I will go wait for them I'll wait for them in Babli at the border. I'll wait for them ready for them before they even get to total. I want to be the first person they should wipe out first before they get to anybody. So, but thank you for bringing up. Thank you for telling us we'll be on guard now, and we're going to have to put a gate around Grand Judah so that Unity Party will not be able to enter to wipe us out. Thank you.
Well, that's a serious matter, Mr. Toe, because of some of the Grand Judahs are mobilizing, looking for money to have their brothers to vote against Joseph Boakai.
Yeah, let them. Nobody gonna wipe Grand Judah off the map. Nobody. No, not Israel.
That's very disingenuous of you to support people who are about to wipe out the people of Grand Judah.
Okay, well, that's fine. I still support Ambassador Boakai. If you want to wipe people out, knowing that I'm from Grand Judah, I'm supporting him, and you want to wipe people out, he must start with me. That's why Mr. So always say, the cat that's ready to catch, they catch his own baby first. So Mr. Boakai, President Boakai, serious about what
don't you think it's time for you to check your break to give support to George Weah?
Oh, because so Ambassador Boakai cannot wipe me off the map.
However, CDC going to come out Victoria, and President George Manuel Weah have done enough to
for Grand Judah?
Yeah, of course. The people, of course, enough for Grand Judah, of course. But don't say because they are not built the road yet. But the people of Grand Judah know that the road is there.
Let's do it one by one. Thank you. Don't run with it. You already told.
No, you see, Mr. Toe, you see this propaganda you all use on President Weah. That's bad. Letting the people of Grand Judah to feel like they'll be left out. No way. No way.
Okay, hold on now. Let's do it little by little. I'm not disputing what you're saying. I'm not saying that's not true. That's not what I'm saying. But let's do it little by little. You already told us that Ambassador Boakai and Unity Party are planning to wipe Grand Judah off the map. And because of that, you're now saying, why, as a Grand Judean, why should I throw my weight behind, which I don't have? Why should I throw my support behind Ambassador Boakai, people who are threatening to wipe my county off the map? And I told you, if Ambassador Boakai serious, Ambassador Boakai Unity Party serious to wipe Grand Judean county off the map, they should start with me. Then Grand Judeans will know that they are very serious, because the cat that want to catch and be a good cat is start eating a own baby first. So Ambassador Boakai start with me, then Grand Judean will know that he's very serious. The question that I have for you, and then you came back and said, President, we have been doing. What has President we have done for Grand Judean County since 6 years now? What has he done?
No, if you know, I know you've been asking these questions since President Weah took over. What President Weah have done for Grand Judean County? That is just a mere propaganda. You know, I know that President Weah definitely going to do for all the 15 counties. And President Weah start from the way it's necessary to start the job, to open the country from other places and reach up the Grand Judean Grand Crew.
You said he's going to. That's what you said. He's going to.
Follow me.
Okay. All right, Yanko. Now you can hear me. Okay. But thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. I like your situation. The people myself will not make flower. CDC and myself will not make flower. Let the election finish. Right now, they myself with friends. But on a very serious note, as he seems to be an intelligent person, but to come out on this platform and say Unity Party and Ambassador Baka want to wipe Granadians off the map because they've been giving their vote to President Weah. What a ridiculous statement. So
But
I'm telling him,
Ambassador Baka is not a fighter. He never fought war before.
The cat that want to be good cat, when you want to catch real rat, start eating your own belly. Let Ambassador Baka tell me, say publicly, I'm coming to Grand to what the people. Then I will tell Ambassador Baka, let me be the first. I will go to Grand I will not even reach the total. I'll wait for them at Ancestral Bridge. Once they get rid of me, then Grand will know that it's serious. What kind of business is it? You're stop that kind of team, man. But anyway, Terry, go ahead and
yeah. So he talk about Ambassador Baka have not gone to the Southeast. Ambassador Baka went to the Southeast before. And I think during the 2017 elections, he had a helicopter that he used. But again, this is the 2023 elections. You need to go there so the people, there's something he said I want to agree with. He said, if Ambassador Baka do not go to the Southeast, it shows that he don't have interest in the people. And I think that is how most of the people in the Southeast think, that you don't have interest in us. So why do you need our vote? So it better we be with the devil we know than the angel we have not seen. So I think in as much as the Unity Party have a strategy to go back and strengthen those people that voted for them to gain more votes, I think also since you know where the problem is, you need to spend at least, since the campaign going to be 2 weeks, you can spend 1 week and travel to the Southeast. Go to the Southeast, speak with the people, get to know, say some things, make a statement, make a promise, make a commitment to the people. Let the people get to know that you are not going to leave them out of what you plan to do. And I believe even if you don't get majority of the votes, I think you will be able to persuade 1 or 2 persons. But however, I think Ambassador Baka, on the overall, still have chance to win these elections if and only if he is willing and able to incorporate the opposition. If he does that successfully, he stands a great chance over President Weah. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Terry. And I'll say, please come in. Let's meet on Mr. Soul show tomorrow and just give our 1 or 2 cents. We're basically trying to enlighten Liberians, and also if we have the opportunity to educate Liberians as well. But thank you very much for coming in tonight and helping me out on the show again. Thank you, and we'll say good night to you. Again, folks, Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. I want to thank all of you again for watching and tuning in. Now, this is what we do. We do this every night, and we will continue to do that. We do these things not because we love doing these things like we have nothing to do. Just like you, many of us have things to do. But if you're going to put aside whatever things you have to do and tune into us, then why should I ignore that and say I got SY thing to do? Myself, I'll put my thing, I'll put my thing aside too, and counsel you people myself can meet and dance. But this is a very wonderful thing because election, they're very, very emotional. And once again, I want to thank the Liberian people for being able to check their emotion at the door. And they've done the job. They split the vote. And now in the second round, as Terry said, Ambassador Baka, who I admire, and I am a sympathizer, I hope that he will be able to convince the opposition to come his way. And lastly, to the surrogate, we the big mouth, let's keep our mouth shut. Let Ambassador Baka lead on this one now. The general part of it is over. This is mano mano. Let's allow Ambassador Baka to shine. Let's allow Ambassador Baka to take the lead, and we follow. We shouldn't be taking matter into our own hands and trying to inject chaos into these things, and saying statement, knowing fully well that people respect you and admire and follow you, as educated as you are, and you will come and make statement, beating war drum. Mind you, you're not even in Liberia. You're beating war drum. Oh, when they start work out, what a ridiculous statement. Intellectually dishonest. You're not in Liberia. Let's preach peace. It's an election. You're not God. You don't want to Liberian people and say you're getting Ambassador Baga for the 3.44%, and get president, we have 43.84%. Now you say that? No, Liberians themselves. Why can't we let them do that? Every way, every corner, you're there to castigating. If you don't insult, if you're not there insulting the election commissioner, you're accusing them of stealing this, nothing they do that you think is right. If you think somebody is cheating you, go to the Supreme Court. I don't want to relitigate the issue yet again. I want to thank all of you. Samson to Lebron Pabrito, and I'll say good night to all of you. Tomorrow, I'm going to be on the other side. I'm going to be the counterweight of these two conservative, the most conservative on this show, the CEO and the man from Atlanta. Mali is not an independent person. He's one of those radical, 70 radical incarnation into Mali. You got in Mali, you got Dr. Sawyer, you got Dr. Tipote, you got Dr. Formula, then you got Du Macy. All of those 70s, I made reference to radicals. That's why Mali said, Jones. He's highly educated, by the way, but he's not a conservative. He's not a liberal either. He's tuning on the prophecy of Kenneth Kaunda. If you remember who Kenneth Kaunda is, he's Kenneth Kaunda and Kwame Nkrumah and Patrick Lumumba, all those people bound in one, and they can't give it to them. They put themselves into Mali's, and Mali showing up LPR. So sometimes I enjoy him. Sometimes I enjoy him because he doesn't hold back. But sometimes he just but he is who he is. And he's a fine gentleman. Then we have the mathematician himself, who will approach political activities from mathematical standpoint, who will approach the electoral process from calendar, from all kinds of math, derivative, and all that kinds of good stuff. And then when he bring all of those things up, it got me confused. And that is Sissy Goya, one of the smarter young men on this platform. So we're all going to be here again tomorrow, and I'm going to be the counterweight to these two conservatives, because we're not going to allow LPR to be the conservative zone of the Liberian diaspora media. No, not while I'm here. Not while I'm here. This is a liberal program. We're not going to allow conservative. You want conservative program? Go to Fox News. Go to Fox News. You're not going to come bring out a conservative idea or LPR and expect the liberal to take it laying down. You can say all you want to say. I'll be very patient. I'm not going to fight with you, but I will make sure you conservative don't have a lot of sway on this LPR. Samson to LeBron Pabrito. Yeah. I rub my mouth. Samson, folks. Is it? They're not here tonight, so I got the opportunity to ring. Mackie, thank you for coming by. We appreciate it, my brother. Thank you for joining us as well. Samson, I want to say thank you very much and say good night to all of you. Let's do it again tomorrow. Please, let's continue to pray for the Republic of Liberia and the leader of the Republic of Liberia, including the opposition leader of the Republic of Liberia. Let us also continue to pray for one another. Put God first, I believe, and everything else will fall in place. With that, good night, folks.
Samundari,